It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Broncos and the Silver and Black. And it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome, everyone, to Allegiant Stadium. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scotch, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. He fields it from the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers have to determine how severe this may be. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Right to the air with Smith. His first throw is an interception. Pat Surtain has it. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate.
Yep.
In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
So we'll see the Broncos offense now for the first time. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix entered this league as a grown-up. 61 college starts will do that for you. A ton of college experience. And Bo Nix is a facilitator. When he is at his best, that ball is in and out of his hands in an absolute hurry. If he were a point guard on a basketball team, he'd want to go up and down the court and get it out of his hands as quickly as he can. He's accurate, he's tough, he's experienced, and he's poised for this challenge of the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Nix off the play action. Cut by Burton. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. 2nd and 4. And oh, he drops it. He had all the space in the world. Brock, he got behind the defense, and he just looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity.
You know, Kate, we see this all the time at every level of football. You've got to catch it first. It's just like when a receiver receives a handoff. You've got to secure the ball, then let your athleticism take off.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. From the left hash, this will be from 50. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And we continue to await our opening score of this ballgame.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. And as they take the field, Brock, they got to be thankful that interception didn't cost them. Still scoreless here.
I like how you say they. I think the quarterback in particular right, loves a chance to have involved a breakfast ball or a mulligan. Another opportunity to flush that first drive away.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Smith setting the throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Smith. Dumps it off to his running back. And he tried to power it forward, but I don't think he got it.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. So the Broncos headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock. So some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. And that one is dropped. Such great work to get all by himself, but he can't haul in the gimme, and that deep shot is missed. Wow.
You know, he might complete 99 out of 100 of those short, simple routes to the tight ends. Even the shortest and simplest of throws, well, it's due to end up in a drop at some point.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbin. He loses the football, and the Raiders get to it. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And what a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Raiders capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. Step 1 is just making the hit, Brock. Step 2, trying to knock the football out with that hit, and they were even fortunate enough to get to Step 3, weren't they? Taking that fumble all the way back for a touchdown.
And just look at them. I love the joy. A unit that doesn't get to celebrate in the end zone all too often, they will welcome the chance to be the guys running it in for a change. Cue up the group celebration, and boys, go enjoy the moment.
Fields it, and he's going to run this one back for the end zone. And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped. Could have been 7 if they'd tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. Marvin Mims now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Broncos are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Quick on the draw here to Dobbins. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
2nd and 3. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Nix from the gun. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and could get 2 hands on it the next time.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Back deep for the Raiders, Trey Tucker. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook. That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Got a man. It's Mayer. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
The defenders are there to get him at the line. Brandon Jones up for the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Back to the well again. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. Denver set to take the field on offense. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Couldn't couldn't connect on first. It's second down. A gift to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Jeremy Chin there on the stop.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
On third down, here's Nix. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Third and long for him here. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Their punter making his way out now. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punch, and here's another huge one. And he put just a little too much on this one as it hits in the end zone for a touchback. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. On first down, they'll run. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Completed to his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw, Smith. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here comes A.J. Cole back to the field for a punt. The Broncos have Marvin Mims deep to return. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The Broncos offense all set to go. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Play action with Nix. He's going deep this time. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys can have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
So out now comes the punter. Tucker on to handle this return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. This lands deep into the end zone. We're picking things up with the 20 after the touchback. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Vegas first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. Smith on first down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. And now it's second down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
And he's only going to take this forward to about the 38. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It'll be 3 total on the play, 4th and 7 now.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
A.J. Cole on to punt. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. So here comes the Bronco offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Nix with it on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook. Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jermaine Pratt picks it. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick 6.
You know, I point this out to you every defensive meeting room we're in, Kate, when we sit down in these production meetings, and you can see their boards, right? These defenses keep track, and they know if they get a score defensively, their odds of winning through the roof. You get 2, It's almost a certainty.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. And that's no good. His second missed extra point of the day. So now after his second missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. Return coming from the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to the air, Knicks after the pick. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Now Knicks. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. This is hauled in by Ingram. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Here we go, 2nd and very long. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
The Raiders go a nickel on this 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides to a stop after a great run, but still not quite enough for that 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one's out of the side of the end zone. Was trying to get that precise aim, but he was off the mark. It's going to be a touchback. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. First down, Smith to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Dumped off to his running back. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So they'll let the play stand, decline the penalty, and that's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. The Broncos running their offense out once again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And he gets him around 6 there. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at 2nd and 4. Running it again with Dobbins. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Nix. That finds Vele complete. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think everybody on the offense was already thinking about the next play to run as they watch that short little throw to the tight end. You really don't expect to see many of those gimmies dropped.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Nix from the gun. Getting out to his left. He's keeping it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Running it after the penalty. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. But, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Slot man in motion left. They'll run here following the penalty. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard, well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Offense to the line for second down. Blown back gets the handoff. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. And it'll be a gain of about 4, but doesn't shrink the mountain that they have to climb now on 3rd and long.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
3rd and long for Nix. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Finally, some justice for the quarterbacks. They're so rarely protected in today's game, Brock. The refs saw roughing the passer, and his side gets a first down plus some yardage.
You take it down a notch, all right? You haven't been hit by the guys in this league. And you got to protect these poor, fragile quarterbacks. In this case, move the sticks as well.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. It's a design boot. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw, here's Nix. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. It's just a 26-yarder down the middle. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And they continue to trail by 12.
In that close, those are supposed to be money in the bank, cha-ching. And it's always a little surprising and stunning to see one missed. And you can bet on the sideline, they were counting on having those 3 points.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Back-to-back carries here. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. From the gun, Smith escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he slides down. We'll see what the business is with this penalty flag. This could be coming back. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, look at this. Here he goes.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. This offense getting all set for this series. And no doubt still some disappointment internally, at least, after their last drive ended empty-handed following that missed field goal. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It can be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
The screen pass falls incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And that makes it 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? And they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Hunter on now, and he gets into this one. And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders have their offense back out there. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now a give left side. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
From the 39 now, after that explosive start to this drive. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Rolling left, pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down, but where it's down on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. Now, that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. 3rd and long for him here. We've got a screen to the running back. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. This offense ready to get going again now. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Nix. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room. Yeah,
I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Here's Nix. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Couple yards there on 2nd down, and now a long ways to go on 3rd. Nix now to throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. And that brings up 4th and long.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. The Raiders returning their offense, and this running back to the field. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Back to the well again. And he's tackled for a short gain. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They give it to him again. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's a Vegas first down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
From the 38. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got and drew the instant flag. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Down the sideline inside the 30. And this isn't resolved quite yet as he goes out. We've got a flag down. Looks like it's going to be on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Now a give. It's Mostert headed right. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
It's Mostert on 2nd down. And working a couple of yards past the line. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Smith. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Broncos corral it!
Hey, I get it, Kate. 3rd down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field. But unfortunately, when the defense knocks it free, instead of facing 4th down, even better, that defense is off the field completely.
Another drive coming up for this offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Broncos in need of some points before the break. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Here's 2nd and 14. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Looking for the back that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. The Raiders and this running back headed back out for a new series. They lost it in enemy territory their last time out. Never a spot you want to fumble. So I imagine, Brock, it's going to be 2 hands on the football as they return to the field. Smith on 1st down. The Broncos get to him here. He's brought down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is one of the occasions, Kate, where this defense got to just keep chopping wood. keep chopping wood. I know they're a little more careful about actually having axes in locker rooms anymore after injuries, but the mantra is the same. You can't look at the scoreboard nor worry about what your offense is doing. You got to keep punishing your opponent.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Here's a give up the middle. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. In on the tackle is Jonathan Cooper. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. And the Broncos are in the nickel for this third down. Another carry for him. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Punt upcoming, A.J. Cole out to do the honors. Marvin Mims on to return. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. The Broncos get the football. Not a lot of time left in the half. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. Throwing on first down, Nix. That's complete to Vele. And he'll get it up to the 27. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second and 3 now. From the 27. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Now Nix. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But the Broncos will get it back. Whew, heads up play to recover that one. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Back deep for the Raiders, Trey Tucker. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. The Raiders going to get the football one final time in the first half. And it looks likely they'll carry a 2-score advantage into that locker room. First down, Smith to throw. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
First down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, here's Smith. That one's on the mark, Jacoby Myers. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Shotgun snap to Smith. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up third down. And again, it's Smith. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. He better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And that keeps the lead at 12.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Back to throw it. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. They connect on the deep shot. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So late in the half, Brock, why not take a shot downfield? And their prayers are answered as they come up with that late touchdown.
You know, this is just a case of who wants it more. If you're in that secondary, all you're thinking is knock the ball down.
Yeah.
Even if you make some contact, right? They rarely call pass interference on plays like that. But somehow, some way, the ball winds up as a touchdown.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. And the kick is good, so they take some valuable points off that lead right at the end of this half. We're at halftime here in Vegas. The Raiders defending their building thus far. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Eward.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our third quarter. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Denver offense now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. Well, Brock, it only took them one play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Nix from the gun. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's been one of the players of this game. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60-plus. The offense headed back to the field. They left a few on the table there last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Smith to the air now. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Smith setting to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think everybody in the building was already thinking about the next play to run as they watched that short throw to the tight end. That's a gimme. You don't expect to see many of those dropped.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, Smith. Finds him over the middle. Oh, he lost the football. And the Broncos corral it. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Bailed out by the penalty. The fumble erased, and they've got new life now on this drive. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he couldn't do a whole lot there. Minimal yardage picked up to the 27. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. He's on the move. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
The offense getting set to go. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. Play action with Nix. Gets everything he has under this throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
He tucks it and takes off. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. To throw, here's Nix. Escapes out to the left. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Nix off the play action. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. They send him left out of the slot. Avoid some trouble there. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Raiders have it perilously close to their own goal line. Looks like it's at the 2. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. Simple dive up the middle. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Blown back gets the handoff. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Hand off to the back. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Brandon Jones up for the stop. Stuck at the line, and now it'll be 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Handoff headed left to Mostert. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Riley Moss with that tackle. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Going right back to Mostert. Jukes it, fought off a tackle, but he lost the football! And the Broncos corral it!
You know, in a situation like that, I mean, this is perfect situational football. Offensively, just get out of your own end zone. With those defenses, they can just smell it. It's like they taste it, and they know you've got your back against the wall. They're aggressive. They take the ball away. That is a win-win for this defense.
This offense making its way back out now. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And now they face 2nd down.
True story, Kate. After practice one time, your head coach in the NFL said, "I'm done with my fault. I'm done with my bad. No more of that tapping on your chest." That was an example of the quarterback delivering a perfect pass and the receiver, do your job. That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, Coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Fields it and starts the return from the end zone. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And he's up to the 7-yard line as he gets hauled down. The Raiders back out on offense as we see Raheem Mostert again. And I'm sure they all got a stern lecture on ball security between possessions after they fumbled it away on their last series. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So they let first down stand since it worked out well for them. The penalty declined. That brings up 2nd and 10. Back to the air. It's Smith. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, anytime you see a player tapping his chest, I'm not a great lip reader, but I know exactly what that says. My bad. My fault. Quarterback delivers him a good ball. He knows that's one he should have caught.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Throwing is Smith. Escapes the pocket. And this one does not go far.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
On now comes their punter. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. Somebody give this guy a break as he sends his 10th punt away. And oh, just a hair too much on that kick. The punt lands in the end zone. This one's coming out to the 20. The Broncos are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 6 now. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throwing from the gun. He's on the move. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag. That's going to bring up fourth down. Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Smith on first down. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. This is ahead for about 5. Brandon Jones up for the stop. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Smith on third and short. Complete beyond the marker. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Here he is on third and long, setting up the running back screen. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. The Broncos offense all set to go. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Nick's looking to throw. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. Running it after the penalty. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Here's Nix to throw. And oh, he drops it. He had all the space in the world. Brock, he got behind the defense, and he just looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they face second and long. Here's the handoff. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Devin White hauls him down. No gain that time, and it leaves them with third and long.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
And it's a nickel look by the Raiders. Third down coming up. Here's Nix. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Hey, listen, drops happen in football. It is a part of the game, even for the very best. Nothing more to do about it now than shake it off and move forward, because the next throw might be coming right back your way.
They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And they send a man in motion. First down, Smith to throw. Chased out to his right, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They're running the option, short side. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line. Just 1 yard. Could have used considerably more. That's going to bring up 3rd and very long.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. So here comes the Bronco offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now Nix. Finds a man. Adam Troutman has it. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Nix from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing here, Nix. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Dobbins gets it off the option. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Nix now to throw. He loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. And this certainly isn't the rut they want. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Go ahead. Find me an offense that won't take that type of efficiency on every snap. Listen, it was good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
Throwing on first down, Nix. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. After the sack, another pass on second down. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the fourth. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. To throw, here's Nix. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Punt team on the field. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. Now outruns their offense to take over. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First play of the drive. Here's Mostert. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
It's Mostert on 2nd down. And this one doesn't work any better. Defense there to drop him at the line again.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. They go play action. Here's Smith. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline, and now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team, and he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. This lands deep into the end zone. We're picking things up at the 20 after the touchback. The Broncos back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And while we watch these replays from the booth partner, he's probably remembering these plays from the coach's doghouse, you think? Yeah, coughed up the football multiple times, turned it over. We'll see if they continue giving it to him or if they call it a game for him at this point. On first down, they'll run. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Pressure coming for Nix. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
Their punter making his way out now. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run for Mostert. And he'll find the space he needs to get this up to the 25-yard line. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Kate, you really do love those 5-yard gains on first down. You know what it kind of feels like? Kind of feels like making pars on the golf course on the par 3s. And now, on the par 5s, you can go let it rip.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Buys time, rolling right. Oh no, he lost control of another one! And they scoop it up, they can still run with it! Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good for Raiders first. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Complete here to Bowers. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. The Broncos running their offense out once again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Another carry for him. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
They're set up at the 35 now. Going to the ground again on first. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 37. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Here we go, 2nd and very long. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of...
Oh, the football's loose! And the offense recovers. They can still advance it. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
Now running for the first time with Audric Estime. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. This finds Franklin. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Here's Estime up the middle. And he gets them down to the 42. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Here's 2nd and 11. He's going to push one deep down the right. And it's dropped. That was the play they needed late in this one, but he couldn't hang on. This one misses the tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Nix escapes the pocket. He's running for it.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And they could really use a good one here. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. A give to Mostert out of the gun. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They'll go again with Mostert. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Vegas first down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
First and 10 now. Here's Smith. And that one is dropped. Such great work to get all by himself, but he can't haul in the gimme, and that deep shot is missed. Wow. This one intended for the running back. And it sets up second down. Back to the air. It's Smith. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Here he is on 3rd and long. They did it! He made the interception! Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And the Broncos have some new life in the 4th.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Denver set to take the field on offense. Ball at the 33 for first down. Option give here. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Hey, Kate, you want to know how crazy your partner is next to you? I would love to take a fan right out of these stands and put them there on that play, just so they could feel what a 5-yard run feels like. Because it may not look like anything on the stat sheet, but I promise you if the average person felt the pain of what a 5-yard gain was, they'd have a whole new perspective. There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Nick's looking to throw. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back-to-back carries here. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. Throwing now from the gun. The back's got it. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. They give inside to Estiman. Is in. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a 4th quarter lead. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
So here come the Broncos. Big spot now as they try for 2. They want to run it across. And he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the 4th. Now a field goal would only tie this game. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, the math was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, and certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Raiders back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll try it right with Mostert. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun, Smith. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
From the 40 on 2nd down. 4-step. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. He's back to throw. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Well, I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And they were not blessed with the short field they got on their prior drive. This one is a world away as they begin deep on their own side. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. Third and a lone yard coming up. Looking to throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. It was there. He just couldn't corral it. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short.
You know, quarterback's going to count on 99 of 100 times completing that short, simple route to a tight end. But even the shortest and simplest of throws, they'll find a drop at some point, too.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. This one's knocked away, so that's incomplete. And now we've got a flag down. This may be against the offense as well. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Here he is to throw. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Now to throw. Throw reeled in by Mayer. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Broncos returning their offense and this running back to the field. They run out still in possession of a 3-point lead thanks to the efforts of their defense, Bronk, and now a chance to run out this clock.
And you do not want to put your defense back on the field in a tough position and needing another stand to end it. You take control of it. You make sure that defense is rested and celebrating, and hopefully you can pull out that victory formation.
Second and 3 now. Back to the well again. And he drives this forward to the 6. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Here comes Will Lutz, a lot riding on this field goal try. A very short kick here from the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game. So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Broncos are winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.